Good day, linesman. Welcome back to the Trap Chat. I hope everyone's been well. It's been some rough times recently, but also getting into some exciting times. Football is almost back. Bundesliga has been back for a while, and there's a few other leagues, but yeah, it's exciting that a few games will be happening soon. Everyone knows what the Trap Chat is by now, so it's just a bit of news I'll be sharing throughout the footballing world. And today we have a bit of Chelsea news. So, Sean Wright Phillips has come out and said that he thinks that Lampard has done tremendously there. He's a great player, referring to the potential signing of Timo Werner. He is hungry for goals and it gives Lamps the option there. And with Ziyech in there, Chelsea's front three is looking very strong. As you can see, he's having a nice mix of maturity and young talent, and it's very hard to go wrong with that. He also goes on to mention Ziyech's attacking flair. He's already doing it in the Champions League, etc. And then he also goes on to say that when asked about if they can be potential title contenders in the Premier League next season, he goes, yes, definitely. I think next year, if he gets the players that he wants and he gets his team exactly as he wants it, then 100%. They are still challenging for the Champions League spots now, so it's only one step further forward, and that is challenging against Man City and Liverpool, who have run away with it this year. Okay, so first of all, we know that Ziyech has already signed a 40 million deal with Chelsea in February, which is a 5-year contract. So he's already a Chelsea player now, which will begin next season. And yeah, he's a great player. We've seen this already with Ajax. As Sean Wright Phillips said, he's already performed in the Champions League with Ajax. Looking at his stats this season, he's played 35 games with 8 goals and 21 assists. That's in all competitions this season. Actually, 3 of those assists came against Chelsea in that infamous 4-4 game with Ajax. And yeah, look, he's obviously a decent player. You could argue that all these stats are coming from the Eredivisie League, which is a lot easier than the Premier League. And even his ex-team at El Ghazi has come out and said, Ziyech, I recommend you to hit the gym because the Premier League is very physical, much more physical than all these other leagues, which wouldn't be a bad idea for him. He is that type of player who is, slippery. He loves to dribble, gets through all these tight cracks and all. But I think that this could be a good attribute for Chelsea for next season. Now, he does play on the right wing and also has played in the centre attacking mid position as well for Ajax. He's actually played 20 games on the right wing with 6 goals and 8 assists, and 13 games in the attacking mid with 2 goals and 12 assists. So as you can see, he gets most of his, a lot more of his assists there in the attacking midfield area. And we can obviously just see that he's a quality player, still young, and it does actually fit with Chelsea's philosophy here, Lampard playing all his young players. Now, we know he's going to play for Chelsea. Will he actually get the start for Chelsea? I've had a look at all Chelsea's attacking players here on the wing. They have already Pedro, Willian, Hudson-Odoi, Pulisic, and Mount, who all kind of play in that wing, centre attacking mid role. They vary all the time. Looking at these players, will Ziyech actually get a start in the Chelsea team next year? I would say probably. We'll just go through everyone's stats, see how they're doing so far. But I would have to say that one of them would have to go. Looking at that Pedro, maybe Willian, he's been rumoured to leave. Pedro hasn't played too many games this season. 18 games with 2 goals and 3 assists. And most of those games have come on the wings and the attacking mid position. Willian, 37 games this season in all competitions, 7 goals, 6 assists, which are mostly been the right wing position, which is Ziyech's preferred position. Hudson-Odoi has also been injured a lot of this season, 25 games, 3 goals and 5 assists in all comps. And Pulisic, who also just finished the season coming out of an injury, 23 games, 6 goals and 6 assists. He does prefer that left wing position there. And of course, Mason Mount, he's favoured in the attacking mid position, can also play in the wings and centre mid. 41 games this season with 6 goals and 5 assists. Now, look, I don't think Lampard's going to drop Mount because he's been performing quite well. There is a lot of injuries so far, so like you can make that argument that Ziyech is going to be, all these players will be like substitutes for when there's injuries, the squad depth and everything like that. But I don't think many of these players will benefit from sitting on the bench. Not even Pedro. I feel like he might get the boot. Willian has also been rumoured to leave, even though he's one of their best performing players. But I do think that they've obviously invested in Ziyech. He's going to start on the wing. I would say so, with maybe Mount in the middle there. So yeah, I don't think they would like the bench. I would predict that maybe Pedro and or Willian transferred out next season. And as I said, I don't see Lampard dropping Mount at all, because he has been quite a standout this season. But you have to think though, as Sean Wright-Phillips said, if these players come through, he thinks that Chelsea can contend for the title. Look, I don't know if Mason Mount is really a title contending player. He definitely has that potential. He definitely probably will be in future years. Give him 3 or 4 years, maybe 5. But right now, next year, I don't think that starting Mount there will be a title contending team. Now, look, we also know that Timo Werner is rumoured to go to Chelsea, and I emphasise rumoured. There has been some talk that he wasn't contacted by Chelsea at all, but some of these rumours are pretty strong. So let's assume that he is going to rumoured. Again, nothing confirmed. He's a pretty beast player. 41 games this season, 31 goals and 13 assists in all competitions. Yes, that's also in the Champions League as well. Most of his games he plays as a striker, centre forward, and can also play out on the wing there. He is a very nice pacey player, very strong as well. And I think that he will definitely get a start in this Chelsea team. You have a look at all the strikers that they have, and we all know that striker was one of the positions that Chelsea needed to buy a player on. They only have Giroud, Tammy Abraham, and Batshuayi. Giroud this season has only played 13 games with 3 goals. Batshuayi 24 games, 6 goals and 2 assists. And Abraham, the preferred starter in the position here, 34 games, 15 goals and 6 assists. I think if they do get Werner, I think he will definitely start for them, because it would be a big investment as well. Look, will one of them have to go? Probably, unless Giroud or Batshuayi prefer sitting on the bench or welcome to that. I don't think so. I'm guessing Batshuayi will probably get the boot and keep Giroud as that third sub player there who can do that job easily. And yeah, Tammy has had a breakout season as well. 15 goals, all competitions. I think that it will be tough for him to drop down to that bench role, but obviously with Werner, look, he's going to get the start there. And they could even play with the test with 2 strikers even, Werner can play on the wing. I'm sure Tammy could have a stint out there as well. Now, I do think Werner will score a lot more goals than all these guys together. There hasn't been too many goals so far. And if he does come to Chelsea next season, will they be title contenders? Look, Ziyech, new acquisition. Werner, possible new acquisition. Are they title contenders? I do like their midfield. You obviously got Kante, Jorginho, Kovacic, a lot of, even Ross Barkley, he can play in that attacking role as well. I do like their midfield. Their attack with Ziyech and Werner will definitely be a lot better. Are they title contenders? Look, I'm going to have to say they're not as good as Liverpool or Man City at this present moment with those 2 players as well. You're looking at Salah, Mane, Firmino, just crazy. Aguero in Man City, De Bruyne, all these players. And also you have to you have to think about the defense, because in my opinion, defense wins titles, and their defense is shocking. They definitely need 1 or 2 world-class players in their defense there. They've just got Rudiger as centre-backs, Zuma, Christensen and Tomori. That is not enough. Rudiger probably the only really decent world-class player in there. They'll definitely need 1 or 2 more starters in that defensive back line. Will they play a 3 at the back? Will they play a 4? I think that Lampard could definitely play a 3 at the back. He does like this attacking flair at the moment. But yeah, they definitely need 1 or 2 defenders to challenge. Their fullbacks are pretty decent. There is talks of acquiring a new fullback. And look, as Sean Wright-Phillips said, Chelsea are currently going for the Champions League places at the moment. They're currently sitting in 4th place, which is decent. You know, that next step would be go for that second first. But I must say that they're 34 points off first place Liverpool. So that's a very, very big gap. Will Werner and Ziyech be the pieces that, close that gap? I don't think they will be. As I said, I think they need a few more world-class players to even think about challenging for that title. And so the question comes, will they be contenders next year? I'm going to say definitely not. I do think that, of course, going in the Champions League again next year, although it hasn't even been confirmed yet, will definitely help them. And it is rumoured that Abramovich is going to spend a lot more money for Lampard this upcoming season, which will be good. Maybe they can acquire that new centre-back or another midfielder or something like that. But all in all, I do think that Werner and Ziyech are good assets. Ziyech, maybe not that world class, but he fits with that mold of young and up and coming. Definitely has that potential. And Werner, I think, is a world class player. He's definitely close to being world class. So I do think that they will help Chelsea tremendously. Hopefully, this rumor is true and they do get Werner. But who knows? It's not confirmed yet. So yeah, we'll see how they go for the remaining of the season. Hopefully they do get that 4th spot in the Champions League. Man U are right behind them and Leicester in front. But yeah, as I said, to compete for that title next season, they've got to be better than Salah, better than Mane, better than Aguero, De Bruyne, Sterling. That's very tough. They've also had a few years experience playing as a team together. And I don't think Lampard and these new players will be able to do it next season. But definitely with a few more seasons, few more transfers, I think that they will eventually get up there because they do have that young team. Anyway, linesmen, thanks for watching the Trap Chat. I hope you enjoyed this one. Stay tuned for more, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel, hit that notification bell, and like the video if you liked it. Comment, do you guys think that Chelsea can win the title next year with these 2 players, or do you believe, like me, they definitely need a few more players? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.